My dad's M3 has a noise from the rear end. Could be a wheel bearing, could be a differential. Let's find out. Yeah, coming from here. That differential is howling. So to give you guys a comparison, let's try it out on my M3. A noisy differential can be caused by lots of things. The noise we're hearing, it's a bad bearing noise, and that could be caused by one of the side bearings or one of the pinion bearings. Let's take it apart and find out which one. Well, it wouldn't be a BMW if it wasn't leaking oil. Well, I got Joey here, which is basically free labor. So when we're done with the differential, we're gonna upgrade the suspension too. Only if we had some KW V2s to put on this thing. All right, took the brace out, took the wheels off. We're gonna take the exhaust down. Then we gotta take out the drive shaft, all the heat shields. We'll take the disconnect the axles. We'll pull the differential on the table. How long do you think that's gonna take?
Hour and a half?
No, dude, 20 minutes. We're gonna have this on the table. Let's go. Time.
40 minutes.
All right, so it took a little longer than I expected, but I blame it on Joey. I like working in a clean environment, and we're gonna be taking apart this differential, and I don't want any of that dust or dirt falling into it when we take it apart, so of course we're gonna get it nice and clean. We're removing the differential out of the housing assembly, and as you can see, the passenger side bearing right here, the driver's side bearing is on the other side. Removing the bearing requires special tools, which I don't have, so the best way that I have found is using a cutoff wheel to cut the cage of the bearing, removing the bearing rollers, and then cutting a groove into the race, heating it up and sliding it off. But we might have run into a bit of a problem.
Safety third. That's so exciting. Bloopers reel is gonna be awesome.
You're just laughing. Dude, get a fire extinguisher. Ah, fuck. My freaking hands are on fire. Don't step on it. Dude, your foot's gonna be on fire. Not next to the car. Shit.
My on clouds. We made napalm. That was exciting.
"20 minutes later."
It's only been 40 minutes.
It's like magic.
Yeah. That came off so easy. Way easier than expected.
Yeah, but you tell you what, 0 damage.
How's your thumb?
Well, to the differential.
And my shoes.
Let's do the other side. Right now, Joey and I are working in my original location that I started 10 years ago. We have had such a positive response from our community that it's allowed us to open a second location in Lakewood Ranch, Florida, which is only about 20 minutes north of here. From the time of this recording, Joey doesn't know it yet, but he's gonna be working at the new location. You see, culture is a big deal for us. We want to have positive people working within the company, and Joey is the leader of positivity, so we want him to carry that culture into the new location. In fact, we'll be filming future videos at our new facility, Elite Motorworks of Lakewood Ranch, and I'm so excited for you guys to see what we've done there. You guys saw me install both the side bearings onto the differential. We had to press them on. This right here are the side hubs. There's a left and a right side. We're pressing out the seal and we're pressing out the bearing race. Then we press in a new seal and bearing race. Next is the pinion bearing. So the differential is out of the case. It's just the pinion gear, and I can barely turn it by hand. It's like it's tight and then loose and then tight again. I think this is actually our problem. So let's pull this apart and see what these look like, but I feel like this was probably the problem. All right, we're gonna push this out. Okay, we're gonna press the new inner race into the differential housing. This is the old one. You can see how beat up and nasty it is. So we're gonna use this one just like we did with the other ones. And we're gonna push it in like that, build up our press, push it down, and it'll push this into the seat. And then we can pull it all out, and then this will be pressed into the housing, and then we're gonna flip it around and do the other one, just the same way. Okay, just so you guys understand what we got, we've got two bearings here, an inner and an outer for the pinion, so you see the size difference. So you have a drive shaft coming into the differential, then you got the inner race, outer race, and then the inner bearing and race. This is actually inside the differential, so those two are like that, and you got the bearing. Let me show you what it looks like on the pinion shaft. So this is that bigger bearing we were talking about. The smaller one sits right here. And then this is your spline for your drive shaft. You have your case, and then this drives your ring gear, if that makes sense. Removing the bearing from the pinion is just like it was from the differential, except this time, I'm just not gonna burn the place down. I gotta be really careful here not to nick the shaft. That's the last thing you wanna do. When it comes to pressing the bearing on, if you press it too far, the bearing is really hard to spin. So we want to make sure that we press it down just enough where it's in the right spot, but it still has easy rotation. Not my thumb, not my thumb, not my thumb. There's a couple of side effects when you put a bearing in too tight. So obviously it's premature wear on that bearing. You're going to be replacing it very soon. Also, the engine has to work harder because it's extra resistance. You remember last time I was trying to turn the pinion and it was really tough. I couldn't even really turn it by hand. Oh yeah, that's right. This is way better. Very smooth, very nice. 0.6 Newton meters, I believe, is the torque spec for like the tension as you turn it. Now I don't have anything that measures that, but I'm gonna say, yeah, that's definitely like around 0.6, 0.7 Newton meters from the finger fill. So much better. I'm way happier with that. That's gonna save some MPGs. We're gonna upgrade from the rubber bushings to the polyurethane bushings that we got from ECS Tuning. By the way, all the things that we're using to upgrade this car is in the description. Make it super easy for you guys. You guys can click the links, check it out. My dad's rear shocks are leaking, so we thought, time for an upgrade. So we got a hold of Turner Motorsports. They sent us these KW V2 adjustable coilovers, which these are awesome. They are adjustable, so you can rise, spin these all the way up to make the height higher, which nobody does, or you can make them lower, which everybody does. They come with all of the necessary equipment. We got Turner Motorsports adjustable rear control arms. We got the bump steer kits, which is basically replacing your outer tie rods. These are really nice. And we've got everything here, so let's get started. All right, I don't hear any noise, so we'll have to check it again with the load on it, but right now I'm feeling very confident. I'm so glad because it was a lot of work. So now we got to get on the alignment rack because you know it's going to be all screwed up with all the different adjustments. Once we get the alignment dialed in, we'll go drive it to confirm it. During the test drive, we're looking for a few things. We want to make sure the suspension feels tight, there's no noise, and it's driving straight. Obviously, we want to make sure that that bearing noise is gone too. Now, the car does have 60,000 miles on it, and it is due for rod bearings, which we're going to do in the next video. During the test drive, the suspension feels tight, no noise, drives straight, and I'm happy to report that noise is completely gone. Thanks for watching.